Just getting comfy. Lying flat on your backs. You can be lengthened out on the mat, legs stretched along, or you can step into the feet, knees bent to the sky. Feeling into your body here. Just begin to focus on your breath as it is. And check in with your body. Do you need a blanket under the lower back to make yourself more comfy here? And just tuning into the sensations in your body, your emotional state, the feelings that are swirling around. And then inviting you to deepen the breath here. So as you inhale, the belly balloons a lot and softens. And as you exhale, contracting gently, breathing at your own pace here. And then as you deepen the breath here, allowing the breath to wrap around you, filling all sides, letting everything expand full. And as you exhale, allowing everything to softly contract and relax. And then any sensations, feelings, emotions that are coming up right now, just allow them to be there. Breathe through those feelings. Taking one palm to the chest, one palm to the belly. You're going to take 3 cleansing breaths here. So deep inhale, filling it up. Holding at the top for a moment, exhale, side out. 2 more times like that, deep inhale, filling it up. Holding at the top for a moment, exhale, release. Last one, filling it up, all sides. Holding at the top for a moment and release as you need. And here you can feel into, think, say aloud, whisper to yourself this phrase. I am safe in my body. My body is home. I am safe in my body. My body is home. And you can release the hands here if you haven't stepped into the feet yet. You're going to step into the feet, knees bent towards the sky here. You can flicker open the eyes if they're not open already. You're going to take your feet as wide as the mat and begin to switch from side to side. So knowing that you don't have to go all the way down, and you're going to keep that motion slow. Keeping it gentle here, waking up the lower back, opening the hip flexors here. And then tuning into the body, how is it feeling? Where's feeling stiff, where's feeling tight? What's feeling open here? As you're doing this, you're going to extend the arms up. And then drawing the arms behind you, alongside the ears, give into that stretch there. So maybe you go a little bit slower with the knees. Allowing the ribs to flare, allowing deep breaths from the bottoms of the feet out through the fingertips here. And then bringing the arms alongside hips. And then finding your knees to one side, holding there for a moment, pause. Whichever your knees fall, you're going to turn your head to the opposite side, gentle twist here. And then gathering everything to center, knees fall to the other side, head in the opposite direction. Gentle twist. How is your breath here? Where does it go? And then gathering everything to center, knees in towards chest, rock yourself out. Stepping into the knees again, we're going to do a few pelvic tilts here. So you're going to tip the pelvis forward, and then tipping it back. Tipping it forward, back arches away from the floor, ribs flare up. And as you tip the pelvic back, the spine imprints on the mat. So you're going in those two motions at your own pace. Sacrum stay rooted here. You're not looking from a range here. It's a micro motion here. And then the next time your pelvis is tipped forward, you're going to hold there for a moment. Extend the arms towards the sky. Bring them alongside the ears. Flare out. And then as you tip the pelvis inward, spine imprints, the arms will come alongside to center. As you tip the pelvis forward, arms go back. Coming forward to center. And going back a few times like that. Grounding down into the feet, just allowing this gentle motion. And again, staying connected to the breath here, breathing sensation throughout the whole body. So the next time you're imprinted, you're bringing the arms alongside of you again. We call this imprinted spine. Finding a position between the pelvis tip forward and a little bit back, we call that neutral spine. So whatever you are, if you want neutral spine or imprinted spine, find that for yourself. And then from here, we're going to raise the right leg up in reverse tabletop. Feeling into this shape, so you're going to tap the floor and then raise the left knee up in a bend. And then tapping down. So you're marching back and forth, ideally slowly. You're going to just gently wake up the core here in a few movements. Paying attention to what's going on in the pelvis. If the pelvis is rocking back and forth, how can you minimize that movement here? So keeping isolated and hinged at the waist here. As we turn things on slowly. The next time your right leg is raised, you're going to just hold there, breathe into that shape, what goes on in the body. And then changing sides, left leg's up, feeling into this side. And then stepping into the feet, swishing the knees side to side one time. And then finding stillness. This time you're going to raise your right leg up and your left leg up. Excuse me, we're going to go back down. You're going to find neutral or imprinted spine, whatever is comfortable for you. Then take your legs up into reverse tabletop. Cool. So from here, we can probably start to feel the core go on and do a thing to keep you still in this motion. You're going to tap the floor from here. So right leg goes down and then up. And then left leg goes down and up. So we're changing the load here and marching back and forth. Staying hinged at the waist. And again, you're paying attention to how the pelvis is here. Is it rocking back and forth? And stay connected to your breath here, deep breaths here. The next time your right leg is down, you're gonna hold, pause, feel into that shape, into that gentle warmth there, and then switch sides, deep breaths here, feeling into this side. And then again, taking knees in towards chest, rocking it out for a moment. Stepping into the feet again, finding neutral or imprinted spine. We're gonna go back into reverse tabletop. Taking the hands at the back of your head, head stays heavy in the hands. Then using the core to curl yourself up towards your thighs. Now this doesn't have to be deep crank, we're not deep cranking here. So the throat stays open, the head stays heavy in the hands, and just holding there for a moment. And then coming back down, releasing back to the floor. Coming up again, throat stays open, it doesn't have to be far. And then coming back down. Last one, coming up again, elbows stay wide, head heavy in the hands here. And then from here, you're gonna tap the floor. Up and then down the left leg. So again, marching back and forth. And then paying attention to your core, what's happening there. Are you holding your breath here? Can you stay connected to your breath? Do you need to take a break here? Feel free to do that. Building up that inner fire here. And then pausing there for a moment in reverse tabletop, bringing the head down, knee in towards chest, rock down. Stepping into the feet again, finding neutral, imprinted spine, bringing your legs into reverse tabletop. Hands heavy in the hands at the back of the head. One more thing here, we're gonna curl up just a little. And from here, you're gonna tap the right leg down, you're gonna twist off and look to the right. So you're not cranking up, you're just twisting off, looking to the right. And then switching sides, left leg comes down, twist off to the right. We're gonna do one more time like that. Holding here for a moment, breathe into that fire. And then switching sides. Maybe you're sweating like me, I don't know. But care for the body. And then bringing yourself into reverse tabletop, let everything go. Head rest on the mat, knees in towards chest. Rocking it out here. If you'd like, you can step into the feet, switch the knees from side to side. Extend the arms up overhead, let everything open up. Cool. We're gonna move into some bridge. So again, knees are bent towards the sky here. And then playing with this pose here. If it feels better for the heels to be towards the body, feel free to do that. But playing where you feel most comfortable here. You're gonna tip the pelvis forward, back arches away from the floor. And then you're gonna roll it back, tuck the bum under, press into the feet a lot, press the hips towards the ceiling. Holding into this shape for a minute. And then melting the spine bone by bone all the way down. Sacrum roots down, pelvis tips forward, resetting the spine. Rolling it in, tuck the bum under, press the hips towards the sky. When you reach up there, melting it down as if you can drop everything bone by bone. When you reach down, sacrum stays rooted, tip the pelvis forward, resetting the spine. And then rolling it back in, pressing into the feet, rounding down a lot. Holding up into the bridge, pause here for a moment. You're gonna look at some things, throat stays open, chest stays soft. You're gonna think of your ribs moving down towards your pelvis to keep that containment. If your knees are sprayed out, you wanna bring them towards each other. Hold that for a moment. Deep breath here. And then from here, lifting the heels high so that you're on the tippy toes, and then melting the spine all the way down. Cool, we're going one last time. You're gonna rock the pelvis forward to reset the spine, and then roll it in, press into the feet, ground down. Press the bum upward. Ribs stay knitted towards the pelvis for that containment, and then press the bum up a little bit more maybe. How is your breath here? Are you breathing deeply here? Breathing into this shape. And then to turn off the glutes, can you think of the knees going towards the front of the mat and the heels going to the back of the mat? And then again, lifting the heels here high, and then melting the spine, bone by bone. When you reach there, you can take the knees in towards chest. You can switch the knees from side to side, however you need to release what you need to release. Cool, then we're gonna turn over to one side, knees are in a 90-degree angle. Stacked on top of each other. So you can use a pillow, a squish ball if you have it, to rest on knees or 90 degree here. The hips are stacked on top of each other. You're going to tuck the bum under. We're just going to turn on our glutes a little bit more. Feel free to take a break at any time if it gets a little bit intense. So you're going to open the knee here in this diamond shape. I like to call it presenting the pearls. And then you're going to shut it down. Opening up again. And then back down. So as you're doing this back and forth, tucking the bum under, if you're rolling back, just bringing yourself forward, peeling the obliques away from the floor. Doing this when we get into tabletop, we feel a little more strengthened. So the next time your knee is open, you're gonna pause, hold it there. You're gonna lift that foot off the other foot in line with the knee here. Yes, and then back down. Coming back up. And back down. Stay connected to your breath here. Do not hold your breath here. Are you holding tension in the face? We're going to go 2 more like that. Back down. And then coming up, pause for a moment. So now we're on first floor. We're going to turn the knee out, and this is where things start to get a little bit more intense. And then back down. So knowing that this range of motion gets a little bit smaller and it doesn't have to be far, be gentle with yourself, right? Breathing through this. We're gonna go 2 more times like that. Feeling the butt go on. You're gonna hold it out, pause for a moment. You're gonna point the toe here and then knee goes in towards chest like so. And then flexing the foot, stomping the length of the mat out. Yes. Pointing the toe, knee in towards chest, flexing the foot, stomping it out. Pointing the toe, knee in towards chest, flexing the foot here, stomping it out. We're gonna pause here and trace those tiny circles. This can feel very sensational. Feel free to take a break by pulling in the knee. We're not gonna stay here too long. You're gonna reverse that direction. You can turn things on here, and then you're gonna pause. We're gonna point the toe, flex the foot, point the toe, flex the foot, pointing the toe, flex the foot, pointing the toe, slice forward, flexing the foot, slice back, pointing the toe, slicing forward with the foot, flexing the foot, slicing back. Pointing the toe one more time, slicing it forward, and just begin to tap the floor. Yes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the knee in towards chest. You're going to rotate that around getting you up right up the glute. You're gonna stack it on top of the other leg and you're gonna tap that baby out. You're gonna tap it out. You're gonna sit up, bring yourself to seated, and open wide into a diamond shape with those soles of the foot together. You're gonna take the arms onto the shins. You're gonna inhale, drawing the heart forward, and then exhale, curving out the spine. So 2 more times like that. Inhaling, opening up here. And then exhale, dropping everything. Inhaling to open up, and then exhaling down, and just allowing yourself to rest here, noticing activated leg versus non-activated leg, the sensations there. So knowing you don't have to crank down here, you're just allowing yourself to fall. If you need a block to hold yourself up here, feel free to do that, or you can use your pillow or blanket. And then coming up into neutral spine, we're going on the other side. So knees are stacked on top of each other, hips are stacked on top of each other, legs are a 90-degree bent angle here. Peeling the obliques away from the floor, the side body away from the floor here, tucking that bum under. And again, opening up, yeah, and down. Opening up. Again, we're doing this when we reach into tabletop, we feel a little bit more on. So one more here. Holding that knee open, you're gonna lift the foot off the other foot and coming back down. Again, breathing through this, breathing through the sensation here. We go 2 more times like that. And last one, you're gonna hold there and then we're turning out the knee. So as we go up, this is called elevator planchos. The range of motion gets a little bit smaller. It can feel a little bit frustrating. You don't have to go very far. If it's an inch you're moving, that's okay. So one more time there, holding the knee out and then knee in towards chest. You're gonna flex the foot and stomp out the length of the mat. Pointing the toe, knee in towards chest. Flexing the foot, stomping it out. Pointing the toe, knee in towards chest again, flexing the foot, stomping out the length of the mat, pausing there, begin to trace those tiny circles. They don't have to be big here. While you're here, breathing into that fire or taking a break as you need, either or is good. And then going reverse in that direction. As you turn everything on. And then pausing there, you're gonna point the toe, flex the foot, point the toe, flex the foot. Point to the toe, you're gonna slice the foot forward, and then flex the foot, slicing it back. Pointing the toe, flexing it forward, flexing the foot, slice back. Pointing the toe, flexing it forward or slicing it forward, and just begin to tap the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee in towards chest. You're gonna trace a circle with that knee getting up right in the glute here. And then stacking it on top of each other and tap that baby out. Tap it out. Cool. Pushing yourself into seated. Again, doing what we did on the other side, drawing the heart forward, articulating the spine, lifting the chin, and then chin to chest, rounding out through the spine. Allow yourself to relax. 2 more times like that. Inhaling to open up the chest. Then exhale, rounding down. Last one. Inhaling to open up. And then exhaling, rounding down. Pause there for a moment. You can plant the hands on the floor if you like for more support. No need to go all the way down. And then breathing from the lower back out through the crown of the head. Allow the breath to fill you here. And then walking back here, finding tabletop. So if you like, this is where your blanket comes in as well. If your knees are sensitive, having that under the knees. We're going to sit back on the heels for a moment. You're going to flip the palms so that the tops of the hands are on the mat. And you're just going to begin to squeeze like this while you're there. So this can feel quite sensational already, so you don't want to press into the wrist a lot. You can play with this. So if you feel like you can go into tabletop with your palms flipped over, you can do that, but it's not necessary. So turning on or on a little bit here. And then flipping the palms back, you're going to begin to tap the floor with the index finger, just waking things up. And then doing the thumb, tapping the thumb down. And then the middle finger. And then the ring finger if you can. I can barely do it. No. And then the pinky finger here, if you can do that too. I can't do it very well. And cool. And then walking back into your tabletop. So hands over the wrist, hips over the knees here, staying protracting through the shoulders here, pressing the floor away. You're going to drop the belly, open up the chest, lift the chin, that would be fun. And then chin to chest, rounding out through the spine, pressing that floor. And then again, chest opening up, lifting the chin. And then chin to chest, rounding out here. So now going at your own pace as you need, as slow as you need, and using the breath to somehow create space through the bones, through the muscles here. How can you make this ooey-gooey for yourself? Can you use the breath to articulate the spine? So anything that's a bit sticky, can you go a little bit slower there and create some more articulation? Getting to know your body in this shape. And then from here, finding any improvised movements here. So maybe you're looking to the back of the mat. Maybe you're coming forward and sitting back into child's pose. Maybe you're doing lateral circles. Anything you need to do to unwind here. It's your practice, your body. How do you need to unwind in this pose? And then finding neutral tabletop here, grounding down into the knuckles. You're going to glide forward over the wrist just an inch, and then sit back into child's pose here. When you come into child's pose, fingertips come up, heels of the hands, press into the mat a lot to feel that stretch at the back of the shoulders. Using your breath to transition you back into tabletop here. When you reach tabletop, dropping the belly, opening up the chest. And then chin to chest, rounding out through the spine here, sitting back into child pose. You press into the shins here as you raise into tabletop. When you reach tabletop, gliding over the wrist again, and then the micros bend at the elbows. So micro bend, and then pushing back into tabletop. child's pose. Picking up the pace a little bit, coming into tabletop. When you reach tabletop, gliding over the wrist again, bending at the elbow again. Maybe it comes a little bit deeper and then pushing back. Fingertips can stay up here for a moment, or you can bring them down. And then last one here, taking yourself into tabletop. Neutral tabletop here, pause, finding half plank here. So adjusting the knees as you need to. Bum squeezes down as the ribs melt in towards the spine. And then bending up the elbow here, dropping all the way, front body towards mat, creating a pillow in front of your forehead here. And then when you're there, shaking the hips from side to side for a moment, and then setting up all the things. Legs can be as wide as the mat or hip width distance. And then activating the legs are long and strong, tops of the feet press down into the mat, bum squeezes down. Forearms stay rooted, head and chest lifts. It doesn't have to be far off the ground. It could be hovering, and that's well and good. And then coming back down. 2 more times with that. Inhaling to come up. And then coming back down. Coming up one last time, pausing there for a moment. You can either stay here for a couple of breaths, or if you'd like, you can take your pillowed hands towards the forehead. And then drop everything down. Shake the hips from side to side, allow for some release there. And then setting up all the things. Legs long and strong here, bum squeezes down, breath nice and full. Forearms stay rooted, head and chest lifts. Again, you can be hovering off the floor. Keeping the chin slightly tucked here, raising those pillowed hands towards the head. This time you're going to cactus the hands out. And then lengthen the arms in front of you like we're Superman. Cool, stay connected to the breath, wide arms here, and then create that pillowed hands in front of the forehead, release down. Shake the hips from side to side, let go. So drawing your hands under the armpits to push back into child's pose here. You can crawl the fingertips forward a little bit to ease in that stretch. You can keep the knees wide or together, whatever you like. And then from there, walking the hands over to the right. Right side straight with the left side lengthened. And then walking over to center, further along to the left side. Left side strength, right side length. And then walking over to center, and then using the hands to pace you back towards your knees as you come up into seated. You can find a comfortable seated position here. Chin stays tucked here, spine rounds out. Then you're going to windmill the arms to the back of the mat as the chest opens, chin lifts. Rotating down, tucking the chin down, rounding out here, retreat. Inhale to open up, reset. Last one, exhale down, allow yourself to fold breath. Cool. And then find in your own way with care back into tabletop. Cool. Once you reach tabletop here, you're you're gonna step the right leg through. And you're gonna begin to walk back, not walk back and forth, but rocking back and forth, right? And ground it down through the front here, giving it some feeling here. And then find stillness, feeling yourself root down here. You're gonna gently raise yourself into low lunge. You can have the hands on the hips if you want, and begin to tilt the pelvis back and forth here. As you tilt it back, everything opens up from body. As you tuck the body under, you feel stretch in the left thigh here. So going back and forth. And then tucking the bum under here, holding that. You're going to extend the arms in front of you and then up overhead. So this doesn't have to be all the way back. You're not flaring the ribs out, you're holding it up. So keeping the ribs knitted towards the pelvis again. So if you're here, you're here. If you're here, that's all you got. Breathing into that. And then we're going to go into a twist. You're going to bring your arms in front of you. And then you're going to, what's the word here? Like a bow and arrow, you're going to pull it back and then extend out into a twist. We're going to go 2 more times like that. You're going to bring yourself forward and then come back out into a twist. Allowing the hands to go forward again in extension here. Bring it back one last time into a twist. Doesn't have to be a deep twist. If you're wobbling here, it's all good. Breathing into that wobble. Finding your foundation here. So lengthening out through the fingertips, grounding down through the feet and the shin here. And then taking this arm here and planting it down. Now we're in a low twist here. And then from here you can rotate the arm into a circle, allowing everything to open up here. And then finally framing that front foot, and then back into tabletop. Resetting here, either cat and cow, going to child's pose here. Or you can curl under and find yourself in downward dog and do a couple of plank waves here if you want to intensify it a bit. Whichever you choose, resetting. And then going to the other side to find tabletop, protracted shoulders here, knuckles grounding down, pushing the floor away, step the left leg through the hand. And then begin to rock back and forth like we did on the other side, feeling into the shape. Maybe getting some gentle stretches here. And then finally grounding down, find yourself in that low lunge. And then extending the arms towards the sky. And feeling good here. What are the sensations that are happening in your body here? And then we're going to find a twist this way. You're going to extend the arms in front of you. You're going to pull back like a bow and arrow and then extend into a twist. Doesn't have to be a deep twist. If you're here, it's all good. If you're even here, it's all good. And then bring your hand forward. 2 more times like that. We're going to pull back into that twist, stretching across the mat. And then bring it forward. Last one, pulling back. Pausing here for a moment, staying connected to the breath here, grounding down through the front foot, finding that anchoring and stretching out. Finally, the front hand comes down, rooting downward in a twist. Left arm lengthens out here, and then you can begin to trace those circles, allow yourself to open up a little bit further here. When you're ready, finally framing that front foot. And then stepping back into tabletop. Again, you can cat or cow, or you can go from child's pose to tabletop, or if you like, you can go from downward dog to plant wave and wash away the work. And then from wherever you are, gently finding tabletop here if you're not there already. And then just begin to pedal the feet out. Yeah. And then finding stillness for a moment. And then slowly either walking the hands towards the feet or walking the feet towards the hands and meeting in a forward fold. And if you don't use that, just find a forward fold. If you need blocks here, that's what you need here. If you're standing up and this is your forward fold, that's your forward fold. All good. You can bend the knees here. Just begin to rock side to side. Allow the spine to fill forward. And then you can release the hands here. You're going to press into the feet a lot, and just begin to restack the spine bone by bone, very slowly. Slowly. Cool. When you reach standing, rolling the shoulders back and away. And doing this a few times, allowing things to open up here. Circling the arms wide, palms to touch over the head. Turning the palms out, side out. I'm going to go 2 times with that. Inhale to circle the arms wide, palms to touch overhead. Exhale, circle out. Last one, circling up overhead. And circling it down. Chin to chest, you're going to begin to roll down, soft bend in the knees, still the spine forward. Hands to shin, 3 waves of the spine here. Inhale into extension. Exhale, let everything fold. Inhale, lengthening out. Exhale, letting everything soften. Last one, inhale to lengthen out. And then exhale, allowing everything to fold. Planting the left palm, bending at the left knee here. Excuse me. Extend the right arm upward into a twist here. If you're wobbling here, it's all good. Breathing into that shape for a moment. And then dropping that hand, bending at the right knee, planting the right palm. Maybe you have blocks, maybe you're here, into a twist. And then coming back. We're going to go one more time into a twist. So maybe you're here and it's fine. And then dropping that hand, other side. Coming back down, and then finding your downward dog. Finding downward dog here, and then dropping the knee here. Find tabletop. You're going to find that half plank again, bending at the elbow, dropping all the way down, creating that pillow in front of the forehead. Legs are hip width distance or mat width distance. Squeezing the bum down, legs long and strong here. Forearms stay rooted, head and chest lifts or hovers. And then holding that for a moment, pillowed hands come to the forehead, captain swinging the arms wide, and then extending them forward. Full breaths here, extending that wide, creating that pillow under the forehead, release down. Shake the hips from side to side. Hands come under the armpits, pushing back into child pose again. The knees can be wide here. Child's pose can also be hands along your sides, rounding out. If you need to be higher, you can use a block or a blanket if this is not very high. To allow yourself to rest. And then coming up into seated, finding a comfortable seated position here. Right. So finding that comfortable seated position here, you're going to circle the arms up overhead, palms to touch. And then taking one hand down to plant, you're going to reach over gently out through fingertips. Sit bones stay rooted here, so if you're lifting off the ground, you've gone too far. And then windmilling to the other side, moving out through the feet. And then going back and forth here for a moment. So allowing those stretches at your own pace, staying rooted through the sit bones, lengthening out through the side body, using the breath to breathe through that side body. And then finding stillness on one side. You're going to rotate the chest towards the side, opening up. And then exhaling, drawing that top arm down, tapping the floor 2 times like that, opening up. And then exhaling, calming down. Last one, opening up again. And then exhale, finally planting, allowing yourself to rest here. Full breaths here. If the twist is too deep, feel free to take your palms towards center. And then finding the other side, whichever side you've chosen, planting that palm, reaching out through your fingertips. And then finally twisting towards the sky with the chest. And then towards the floor, drawing the top hand down. Tapping the floor 2 times like that. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, bringing everything down. Last one, uprooting, coming up. And then exhaling, rounding down. Chin to chest here if you like. If it's too much of a twist, hands towards center. And then coming back into neutral seated position. We're going to draw the chin to chest and kind of nod back and forth. So lifting the chin, opening the throat, chin to chest, coming down. And then finally landing chin to chest, pausing there for a moment. You're going to rotate ear to shoulder. So you're not cranking the neck down to go deeper, you're just allowing yourself to fall open here. You're going to take that opposite arm, you're going to call your fingertips out to lengthen that stretch. And then rotating the chin towards chest like this. And then twisting it up gently, ever so gently towards the side. Going back and forth. The neck is so sensitive and holds so much tension, so you want to be ever so slow and gentle. Landing chin to chest here, you're going to draw that opposite arm in. You're going to roll towards the center of your heart. And then taking ear to shoulder on the other side, maybe noticing how this side feels different. If there's a lot of tension, just noticing. Again, not cranking the neck, just allowing it to fall here. Opposite arm, the fingertips fall out to deepen that stretch. And then turn the chin towards shoulder, and then rotate it towards the side. And how do you need to slow down your movement here? With every millimeter movement. What's loosening up here? And then finally pausing at the chin towards shoulder and draw that hand in. Chin comes towards the center of the chest. And then finally into neutral seated. You can close the eyes here. Or you can lie down, find a comfortable seated position. You can lower your gaze and just begin to breathe. And just taking in this time to notice any subtle sensations, any shifts in movement, any shifts in feeling. Has your breath shifted here? Just noticing. Spending a few moments here in the breath. And notice that when you're in stillness, you don't have to be in complete stillness. So if you have to readjust your body, readjust it as it needs. If you gotta scratch something, scratch something. And as you hear, allowing yourself to deepen the breath, the belly balloons a lot as you inhale and softly contract as you exhale. Your own pace, full breaths. And then allowing the breath to alert you for a moment. Making any subtle movements, twinkling the toes, nodding the head, wrinkling the nose. If you're lying down, finding your way to seated. Keeping the eyes closed or lowering the gaze here. And then completely optional, but I invite you to take one hand to the chest, one hand to the abdomen, allowing this gentle connection, your self-support. And then whispering to yourself or feeling into the phrase, I am safe in my body is home. I am safe in my body is home. And then 3 cleansing breaths here, deep inhale, holding at the top, and then exhale, sigh. Deep inhale, filling it up. Exhale, let it go. Last one, deep inhale. And then exhale, release. Thank you so much for moving with me today and allowing me to guide you. I hope the rest of your Sunday is full of deep, deep rest. Peace.
Thank you, Claire.
You're welcome.
That was so good.
I'm glad.
Good.
Any comments, feedback, questions? Feel free. Ooh, I'm hearing "Make It Home" on someone's thing.
Thank you so much. This was really great.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming out, community. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Loved it. I knew I would love it, and I'm so happy.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Oh,
It's
perfect.
an honor during this time.
Yeah, it's definitely a heavy time and a rainy, gray time, and it's so nice to get together with everybody, even if it's virtual, and you can still get that good body feel, you know? Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ascended me, lift me, lit a fire in me I didn't know was capable. Yes. Thank you so much for coming out, y'all. Thank you. Bye. If you want to stay in chat, it's all good. Beautiful, my heart and thighs. Yes. Nice to see bodies like mine. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Always. Thank you, Ria. I'm still here. You two enjoy your day.
Okay, I'm hopping off.
Alrighty, Stilo. I will see you this week.
Yes.
Okay.
Possibly Friday.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Hi, Cara and Chris. Bye. Enjoy your day.